How's everybody doing? Um, my name is, thank you. That's a lot of pressure right there. No, my name is Krimitsos, and what I'm looking to do is help grow the film industry in Florida. Last year, thank you. I had the privilege of making a movie called The Messengers. It's a documentary about podcasting, and we traveled the state of Florida and traveled the country and traveled to different exotic locations. And as I was doing that, I learned the definition of ecological gardening, and I think it's important to this talk. The use of native plants in a garden landscape that can both preserve and protect natural ecosystems and reduce the amount of care and energy required to maintain a healthy garden or landscape. Native plants are adapted to the local climate and geology and often require less maintenance than exotic species. And one of the things I discovered as a filmmaker is that incentives are geared towards productions outside the local area. And basically what's happening is when a local filmmaker needs help, it's usually told to a local filmmaker, hey, it's great that you're making a film, we're really excited, but most of our resources go to outside productions. And the reason for that being is outside productions usually bring big Hollywood stars. The press picks up on it and everybody looks good. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help grow the local ecosystem. This is a map of incentives all across the US. Now the problem is, we could give incentives, but everybody's competing in the same pool. So how much money can you give to outside productions? It doesn't help build the local economy. So we could help finance Hollywood and New York, but I don't think they need our help to finance their productions. I think they're doing pretty good. It's the small local filmmakers that need help. My big why is I want my daughter, who's about 20 months old now, to, when she grows up, I want her to have a creative hub in Tampa that she could call home, because as someone from a big fat Greek family, I've already bought the house next door for her to live in when she gets older. So she's not leaving Tampa. But we've done this already for podcasting. I started the Florida Podcast Association 2 years ago. We started with just 8 members. We've now helped hundreds of podcasters grow. Tampa, if you don't know, is a hub in the country for podcasters. We've launched hundreds of podcasters. And to success. Many of our podcasters have monetized. That's one thing that we do differently than any other place. So this is not new to me. If you go to the Florida Podcasters Association, we meet every second Tuesday of the month. Our next meeting will be at the John F. Germany Library, and we'll be screening The Messengers, so everybody's invited. But here's some of the local filmmakers I've been able to find from traveling and doing speaking here locally and getting invited to film meetups. Dominic Smith and Scott Sullivan. These two guys have made 75 independent films here locally, and I would assume that most of you probably don't know who they are. And the quality of film production they're doing is on par with Hollywood. Many of their films have cost $1,000 to $3,000. Neil Gilarte, my partner in crime, this was taken in Guatemala when he was filming with Iceman, that's what he calls his drone, when we were making The Messengers. So what's happened is these filmmakers don't have a hub here locally. By the way, now we're exporting our message to New York. That's us at CBS Radio talking about The Messengers, exporting a product from Tampa to them instead of the other way around. So my goal is we're going to be launching this movie this weekend. This summer. And this is the other thing. You guys recognize that guy, the sheriff? Steve Weintraub from Golden Diamond Source? Filmmaking brings really different, diverse people together, and that's my buddy Rick Danforth, who is directing a local movie called The Lost. He was looking to crowdfund $3,000. He only got a fraction of that. And part of it is awareness, and part of that is we need a community behind these filmmakers to help support their visions. This summer I'll be launching The Messengers. We got a distributor to iTunes, and I'm going to use part of those proceeds to help grow this community. The other part of filmmaking that we don't really talk about is the YouTube stars. This is the Ireland boys. These guys are stars on YouTube. They live in Palm Harbor. They became famous when they locked themselves in Target for 24 hours and made a movie out of it. But I met their dad. They're extremely talented filmmakers in high school, and their video went viral over Christmas break. When they went back to high school, they were the coolest kids in all of high school. Isn't that awesome? So we need to invite these people. And I know that we could build an industry if we look within. Instead of trying to bring Hollywood celebrities and kissing their ass, Let's help the independent filmmakers. And what we need to do is what we did at the Florida Podcast Association. Help them monetize their films. If we help them monetize their films and make $30,000 or $50,000, they could be filmmakers full-time, not part-time. Help me grow Tampa Bay's film community. Thank you.